Okay, so now what? Hey, this is GatorX back on the second channel. Just figured I'd chat a bit. It's been a while since I uploaded this one, and I did say I wanted to come back and just utilize the channel a bit more, so I figured we might as well talk about that. And obviously, it's been a very good year for me so far. Very interesting start off to the year. As you know, obviously, we hit, 100,000 subscribers on the main channel for GatorX. Thank you all so much for all that support. But, I hope that it doesn't appear that I'm spreading myself thin with whatever other channels that I try stuff out on, and this is one that I did want to keep going for a bit, because, in all honesty, this channel, which at present is called like Gator XL, because I was trying to think like, ooh, maybe Gator Extra or Gator somewhere else. Point is some of the last recent videos we put here were just kind of yapping about some recent Pokemon stuff, but in a lot less formal kind of way. Obviously not the same way I would on the main channel, and I think that that's kind of like a fun little thing, because obviously talking about the price of Violet Leaf Green, maybe some extra thoughts about Pokopia just before it came out, reaction to like the release of, or how games are going to be for Pokemon for this year. And I think that definitely, that's more or less stuff that I would still like to talk about. Maybe something I'll bring up in a stream, or maybe just something after I've kind of sat for a bit, or while I'm gathering thoughts while doing something else, I can sit down and talk about it. And you'll know these videos aren't like super highly edited, so it's just something that I think would be fun. Obviously I will say that I was pretty inspired by Scott's Dash, and yeah, it's sort of in that same vein. It's kind of like Scott's Dash to what Scott's Dash is to Scott the Waz main channel. Big fan of Scott. Also, Dusty Go-Goat also has a channel similar, Dusty Topic, where he did that. And I kind of like chatted with him for a bit and saying like, hey, I like what you're doing, thinking of doing something similar. So not that I'm copying it, obviously, but I'll still kind of like do stuff here, because obviously on this channel I've had this for a long time, because this was GatorX Plays for the longest time, or at least that's what it started out as. And it's all like, ooh, I think you can't even see like some of the gameplay related stuff. But for a while, 2021, I was kind of trying to do like vlog stuff and TCG stuff and just kind of other additional type of stuff. Actually, I think you can only see the public. I think these are only the public videos. But 2022, that's kind of where I like wanted to do a few more like, oh, let me just sit down and talk about something for a bit, while still also doing like the unboxings and vlogs and stuff. And I think maybe I'll try and do stuff like that here and there, but at the very least, like with these ones, right, where this was after I just moved in to this place, so I was like, well, I got the time, I got the space, maybe I can start like just doing other bonus little stuff. And I think that's works out here for what I would want to do. So I've got like just other weird little ideas, and kind of whatever, I don't know, controversy or popular thing gets posted on Twitter, we have that. So that's at least my idea with this, because I'm really in a sense of like, so obviously, again, thank you all so much for 100,000 subscribers. I'm still holding the plaque the whole time, even though it goes up on the shelf here. But I really am in a space of like, yeah, what next? And I'm so happy, so very fortunate, so very lucky to have all these wonderful people in my life who have been congratulating me, who have been saying like, oh, hey, congrats on the 100,000. Wow, that's great. That's so cool. Oh, you get a little plaque that you get to keep, and so on. But them and their curiosity, basically everybody asks like, okay, what's next, or oh, what's the next big thing, or something like, ooh, 1 million is next, because that's just how it is with YouTube. It's like, okay, 100,000, cool, next stop's 1 million, nothing in between. It's like, man, I don't know if I can, man. But it really has got me thinking of like, yeah, what is the next step? Is that like, that was kind of like the main goal I had, at least. And obviously I'm still gonna keep uploading on the main channel, obviously on GatorX, and I'm very happy, very excited to as well, because especially too, like specifically some of the stuff that I've been some of the adjustments or whatever that I've been making, or at least visually, I'm very happy with all this. Ooh, we got the little check mark too, and I think I've kind of like got a better idea of like maybe my focus on the types of videos I want to be making, and just kind of the way I want to be making them. We've had a good run as of late, but I gotta get back in the kitchen for making more stuff. But beyond this, what is it? So really, if anything, I guess maybe my next goal is like 10,000 on the Yu-Gi-Oh channel, which I'm about to record a video for this today, and some more this week, because I really do like Yu-Gi-Oh, and this is something that I really am passionate about, especially content wise. Got 5,000 subs on here, and there's like a 1 million view video on the channel also. So, I mean, I think we're doing pretty well on GatorX Yu-Gi-Oh! But I think that's the next thing I want to continue really to build out, obviously, while still prioritizing the main channel. And I think that, you know, maybe just coming on here onto GatorXL for like a few minutes a week, or, you know, I don't know, maybe like 2 to 3 videos, that'd be really nice. Fingers crossed if I can really get into a good groove. But, you know, just kind of popping in here and recording something real quick. And because I really kind of also feel like maybe the art of the second channel has been lost, and I say that as I have GatorX and GatorX Yu-Gi-Oh! But, you know, because everybody used to always have like the channel and then the channel with 2. This was it, a video by Scott Kramer talking about the second channel, and he says Epidemic or whatever, but really he talks to a lot of other YouTubers who do have that second channel, and you know, kind of ask them their thoughts about it. And I think this is a great watch as well, and it really did also kind of validate a good amount of my feelings, because as you continue to grow and as you continue to really say like, hey, you know, I want to build this out and I really want this to be how my main channel is and how you kind of view it. And, you know, not saying that I'm doing anything high quality, and I've kind of like stepped away from full-on scripts rather than outlines for my videos. But, you know, maybe when I do write a script right, it's a little more structured. But even still, it's like there's a certain type of editing, there's a certain type of presentation, there's a certain type of polish that I want there to be in the final product. And also in terms of topic as well, because you know, obviously we're talking about like the recent stuff with Pokemon Winds and Waves, but even like a lot of the retrospective kind of stuff for the video games and the anime is obviously what I want to focus on most of all. I think that is like the main thing on my channel, what I enjoy making the most. And obviously is, you know, I make a variety of stuff on GatorX, so we got all that. And I don't want this to end up being a thing where it's like, all right, we got like once a week on the main channel and then 3 a week on this other one. And so I'll find some sort of balance. But the point is that I'm very happy where things are YouTube wise. I'm very invigorated to create even more content, and I have no intention of stopping anytime like soon or anything. But this actually is on top of that, like the main video that I wanted to post here on this one. So definitely going to move away from the TCG stuff, because for a while I was doing TCG stuff on this channel here. And, you know, some of it's still around like the big special unboxings, but I was definitely for a while trying to get every single little TCG product that I could for this channel and open it up and do that. Actually, you know, those videos are private here. But obviously, as you'll know, the reason that I haven't posted any TCG content on this channel is because TCG is in a not a very good space right now for Pokemon. I'm still trying to, you know, get some, because I do like collecting it and I do like opening it out. So I've kind of mentioned it on streams as well, but the idea for TCG going forward with me at least is get whatever products I can, just kind of hold on to them, and maybe in a stream every few months on the main channel we'll open them up, because I have been live streaming more on the main channel a bit more. So definitely want to be moving away from TCG on this one, because I think that it's not super sustainable. It really works out a lot better as that once every 3 months kind of thing in a live stream, because then you really get to share the experience with other people, rather than like, okay, you know, here's like a weekly TCG video on this channel, which, I mean, I'm very happy that I got there for a bit with this one here, when it was called, I think it was called like GatorX Plays or GatorXP, right? But that's just not sustainable, and it puts a lot of pressure. And, you know, they weren't like difficult to edit or anything, but I think while I did enjoy opening Pokemon cards, I think I realized like, I think that what works best for this kind of channel here is let me just sit down and talk. Let me maybe show off something cool that I got, or, you know, and I realize I'm not even showing the screen, but let me talk about something cool that I got, right? Let me sit down and talk, show off something cool that I got, something weird or old, and maybe get back to some vlogs here and there and other weird, funny unboxings. Because I think that when I really took a look at my channel, on this one here, I really do like coming back to rewatch stuff here on GatorXL, GatorX Plays, GatorXP, whatever we want to call it. I think I'll set on GatorXL because we got to, you know, channel the big guy energy. But the main thing is that these are all the videos that I really do enjoy rewatching or listening, or you know, pulling back up, the vlog specifically. So hopefully I'll get back to that. And I think these ones are just kind of like extra fun little stuff, because it's yeah, especially too, because there are a lot of videos that I write down as an idea, and I can just never really conceptualize it, or really never get to the point where it's like, okay, am I satisfied with how this outline is? Am I satisfied with how I want to present this? And will this actually make a good video that will contribute to, you know, really kind of contribute to the discussion, or maybe say something a little more meaningful than usual, rather than just like, oh, let me just share my opinion, like, you know, kind of like these ones. And I think that it fits better here. That's what I'm trying to say. I hope it makes sense, and I know that there are a good amount of people who, you know, maybe not necessarily, not that they won't get what I'm saying, but people think differently. People who create stuff think differently than people who mostly watch stuff, or even people who create stuff like think of things on different levels or different aspects or different ways. So it's that's what the point is. That's what the point of this channel is. I'll just talk, and hopefully we can have a good time. But like I said, hopefully we can get some more vlogs going. I've got some fun stuff coming up, and some other topics here and there that I've written down. I think I'll be a lot more reactionary on this channel as well. Whenever I see any kind of like topic brought up online on Twitter that is kind of, you know, made me think, and I'll like, you know what, we can do that. And obviously we'll still kind of stay around Pokemon, Nintendo, and other nerd stuff, but I think generally Pokemon. And I think that it kind of hopefully will bring that balance. Obviously you should probably understand that's what you're getting into with this channel, and I think generally, like, even though well, the thumbnails aren't too similar, at the very least, like, it's pretty obvious, like, with me in these ones, it's pretty obvious, like, okay, I'm gonna be on camera, we're gonna talk a bit. Meanwhile, in main channel videos, I think I do not appear on camera in basically anything, unless it's for some kind of, like, big extended bit, or if it ends up being, like, the live stream, because I have the webcam in that one. So, let me know what you think in the comments below. Hope to have you in more videos here. I've got a few more that hopefully I'll have some time to record. And that's the other thing, is that hopefully with the warm weather we'll be able to get some stuff done, because this one does require at least a camera setup and need to for a decent extended period of time to not have the fan on. So we'll see how all that works out. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Thank you for your support. I hope to see you in more videos, and I'll catch you on the main channel as well, as always. Anyway, this is Getorix. Catch y'all later.